22 BCE. Along the edges of the Nile, a harsh wind pulls back the topsoil to reveal a flash of bronze buried in the dirt. This is the head of Augustus, the man presiding over the expansion of the Roman Empire. It was found beneath the steps of a temple entrance. For years, every person entering the building to worship or trade stepped directly onto the face of the emperor. The head was a trophy taken by Queen Amanirenas. She led Kushite raiding parties into Roman Egypt, seized the statue, and brought it south to be used as a floor tile. Amanirenas commanded a kingdom that spanned the modern borders of Sudan, leaving behind more steep-sided pyramids than are found in all of Egypt. This was the Kingdom of Kush, an African power that repeatedly seized control of the Nile Valley and challenged the expansion of the Mediterranean world. In 744 BCE, the traditional power dynamic of the Nile shifted. The southern neighbor, long viewed as a source of ivory and gold, became the occupier. King Piye invaded Egypt from the south, captured Memphis, and established a line of rulers that controlled both lands for nearly a century. This statue depicts a 25th dynasty pharaoh. It uses traditional Egyptian kilts, but the facial features and the double uraeus crown are distinctly Kushite. After an Assyrian invasion forced them out of Egypt, the Kushites moved their capital south to Meroe, protected by rocky hills and the Nile. By conquering the state that had previously colonized them, Kush proved itself the dominant military force of the region. While much of the ancient world transitioned slowly through the use of copper and bronze, Kush moved directly from stone tools to advanced iron smelting. Meroe became a center of production, housing dozens of furnaces that reached temperatures over 1,300 degrees to liquefy iron ore. Historians previously believed this level of production required the total clear-cutting of local forests, eventually turning the region into a desert. This chart compares wood types found in ancient charcoal. It shows that over 1,000 years, smiths bycast local mixed woods to use Acacia nilotica almost exclusively for smelting, while using other woods for daily life. By selectively harvesting a single sustainable species, Meroe operated as an industrial center for a millennium without exhausting its natural resources. At the site of Naqa, the architectural remains show how the Kushites selected elements from the cultures they encountered. On the front pylon of the Lion Temple, the lion-headed warrior god Epidemic appears alongside royal figures in the same format as Egyptian temple reliefs. Yards away sits the Roman kiosk, built with the Corinthian capitals and arched windows typical of the Mediterranean, yet used for local Kushite rituals. These temples were often commissioned by Kandakes, queens who ruled with total authority. They were not wives or regents. They led armies into battle and governed as independent monarchs. This made Kush a crossroads where female command was absolute, and global art styles were merged into a single local identity. The Kushites eventually replaced Egyptian hieroglyphs with their own writing system to record the Meroitic language. Carved into stone, Meroitic cursive script recorded royal decrees and taxes. It's an early alphabet using small dots to separate words. We can sound out the letters, but the language has no known relatives. It remains completely undeciphered. Kush developed a sophisticated punctuated writing system, yet the internal history it records is currently unreadable to modern historians. The end of the Kushite state in the 4th century CE was not the result of a single military catastrophe. This line graph plots isotope levels in skeletal remains from the period. The sharp upward trend shows a shift toward an arid climate, indicating a drought that lasted long enough to collapse the kingdom's agricultural base. As the land dried, Roman merchants moved their trade routes away from the Nile to the Red Sea. This redirected wealth into the kingdom of Axum, the rising power in modern Ethiopia that eventually occupied Meroe. Environmental shifts and the loss of trade routes ended the Kushite Empire's influence over the Nile. By 350 CE, Meroe was abandoned. The city was left to the sand, leaving only ruined furnaces and the tombs of its kings. We have the physical records of their iron industry and the architecture of their cities, but the specifics of their laws and culture are still locked in their script. While the perspective of their enemies has survived, the Kushite version of their own story remains carved in stone, untranslated. The history of this African power is present and physical, but it will remain silent until the code of their language is finally broken.